After being relegated 2 years ago from the Premier League, Leeds United made it very clear that they want back into the top flight. And last year they almost did, but just fell short of automatic promotion and fell flat on their faces in the playoffs. This season though, they left nothing to chance, as 100 points in the Championship not only secures them promotion, but they're going up as champions. Just like Burnley and Sunderland though, they face every other newly promoted team's problem going into the top flight, and that is surviving. Because the last 6 promoted sides all had the same fate in getting relegated straight away. And this is where I come in, as I'm going to take charge of Leeds United with only 2 missions. The first is to try my best to keep them in the Premier League, and the second mission is to help them win it. So here is the Leeds United team we've inherited in day 1, and as you can see we joined them at the end of the campaign where they've just won the Championship. And having gone through their team, it's not a surprise that they've done this. For starters, Joel Perot got himself 26 goal contributions, 12 and 9 for Daniel James Solomon, got 10 and 13, 9 and 6 for Nonto, 9 and 2 for Aronson. So our attackers know how to score goals. And what makes it even better, guys, all of the best players in this team aren't even close to being 30 years old yet. And when we have Joel Perot firing on all cylinders up top, a fantastic winger in Wilfred Nonto, a fantastic attacking midfielder in Aronson, yeah, I'm looking forward to kicking things off with Leeds United. The thing is though, whilst this team definitely has a lot of pros, it also has some cons going into next season. For starters, one of their best players, Manor Solomon, is choosing to stay at Tottenham Hotspur. In fairness though, as soon as Ange Postecoglou was announced that he was leaving and Thomas Frank stepped in, I kinda knew this was going to happen. They are also losing Junior Firpo on a free. They right now have an absolutely terrible keeper in Malier, who by the way I have no idea what's happened to. Bonnie Blue's got better ball control than this guy. They're also supposed to be losing Matteo Joseph and also Joe Gelhardt next year too, which aren't really big losses in the grand scheme of things, but we're losing our depth up top. So yes guys, even though these guys just won the Championship, it's not all sunshine and roses at Leeds United, especially when our goal is to win them the Premier League. But we kick season 2 off with in real life transfers that are going to happen. All 5 of these players are right now supposed to be leaving Leeds. Whether or not anything changes by the time this video drops is a different story, but right now this is supposed to be happening. Not necessarily to these teams, but they are supposed to be going. This does mean though we've got 85 mil in our budget now. And as far as I'm concerned, that's a budget actually worthy of the Championship champions. It really is just a case of where we're going to invest this budget now. But in all honesty, I don't really have a choice on that because I've gone off in real life transfer rumours and what's going on in real life. So again, I have to say this, if I get any of these wrong, do not blame me, blame the internet. As for transfer number 1, Senlemans joins us for 21 million. The 23-year-old was playing in the Belgian league, he's 77 rated, 6'4", really good stats to be fair. And with how poor Malier was last season, I'm not surprised Leeds United are eyeing up a brand new keeper. Our next signing though actually didn't cost us a damn penny, as Lucas Emeche, formerly a Wolfsburg player, joins us on a free. And he's a very good player, 6'1", 26 years old, 78 rated, good physicality, pace, shooting and dribbling. My only issue with this is I don't know how I'm going to choose between him and Joel Perot, especially with the season that Perot's just had. Before I make any more signings though, these are all the players I've got left on my shortlist that Leeds United is supposed to be linked to in real life. Now obviously the logical move here is to sign Douglas Luiz because he's by a mile the best player out of the bunch. However, I'm just not going to do that, guys. What I'm going to do instead is go back on all these websites I found these information and sources from and go off who I think is the most likely to join Leeds. And as it stands right now, I believe Xhaka Bajal is definitely destined to become a Leeds United player as we sign him for 10 million. He's a very good player too, 6'3", 26, 77 rated, not the quickest player, but he'll certainly strengthen Leeds United's back line. As for our next signing, 2.2 million was spent on Michael Keane, which to be fair, I do kind of rate from Leeds. They do need that Premier League experience back in the club. Our next signing though doesn't have Premier League experience, I don't believe, but he's a fantastic player in the making as Noah Siddiqui joins us for 9 million. As you can see, only 26 foot tall, 74 rated, fantastic well-rounded stats. We've got to try and find a way to fit him into the team, but I don't know how we're going to do this with Tanaka and Gruev already there and them being fan favourites. Now, my last signing would have been Samir Kilasoy, who's just recently moved to Real Oviedo, but for starters, it's only supposed to be a loan move. They want me to spend more than 15 million to sign him, and on top of that, it's not set in stone that he's actually going to join anybody else. So I think we should leave the transfer window there with these 5 signings. And yes, I do know we've got 32 million to spend, and we could probably use that to try and nab a Douglas Luiz transfer, but honestly, I don't see him going from Juventus to Leeds United, not just yet anyway. We, however, have bigger problems with this team we have to figure out now, and that's where all these newly signed players fit into it. Because unfortunately, there's only 11 spots in the damn team, so somebody is going to have to get dropped for someone. Now, this may not be popular, but Gruev is taking a backseat for Siddiqui. I mean, he's 5 years younger than him and already just as good. We've got to give this guy a chance. And I feel like this is a no-brainer. Perot has to be dropped for a Meche. But I have a feeling that these guys will be rotated quite frequently throughout the season anyway. And this is it, guys. This is how I want Leeds United looking going into season 2. Because not only is this, in my opinion, our best and strongest team, it's also got the most potential. For starters, you got Nonto on the right, you got Aronson in the middle, and Meche up top who's mid-20s, you got Ramazani on the left. And those are 4 of about 6 or 7 players that really have a chance of great progression this year. As for the tactics, we're going with the same formation. We're going to be using a counter-attacking build-up style, and we've got 45 line height. Because I do actually believe Leeds United are strong enough to pull this off even in the Prem. And we're about to find out if I'm right, as our first game is against a managerless Brentford right now. And honestly, I don't think we could have had a better team to come up against first back in the Prem. The Bees were the better team early on though, as this shot in the 17th minute very nearly struck the back of the net. And in the 27th minute they would take the lead, as our keeper could only do so much. Yeah, this isn't the start I thought we'd get. And straight after, it almost got worse as this shot went straight past the post. And once again, our keeper was tested in the 38th minute by Young Wisse. Completely against the run of play though, just before half time, we had a counter-attack and Nonto almost put us on level ground. We kept applying the pressure, and it was actually new signing Siddiqui who got us back in the game, which was honestly almost short-lived courtesy of Young Wisse. That first 45 minutes though, whilst poor from us, was crucial to know how we can play in the Prem. We are absolutely running the counter-attack. It has to be said though, our keeper's keeping us in this game, is once again he denies Wisse here. We had a half decent chance ourselves 10 minutes into the second half, but Meche just couldn't get enough on the ball here. 4 minutes later though, he did, and he got his debut goal. Those celebrations would be short-lived though, as Young Wisse finally got the better of our keeper. We were getting into this game though, guys, as shortly after conceding we almost went back in front here. And with just over 15 minutes to go, Nonto hit the post. Straight up the other end though, yet again, Wisse was denied by our keeper. Bro, this second half's crazy. You'll never guess though, this got given as a penalty, and Felix and Meche slotted it away to help us win our first game of the Premier League campaign. And that fills me with confidence, because the Bees are a damn good side, even after losing Thomas Frank and Mbuemo. If we can beat them, it does look good for our chances of survival. And would you look at that, guys? We've not only survived in the Premier League, we've smashed it. I don't know about you, but I feel like that deserves a like on this video, and you should definitely subscribe to the channel if you're new. That's a damn good start though, and what's better, we're only 15 points outside the top 4. But with our target being the Premier League, guys, I don't think we should aim for top 4 just yet. Top 8 seems like a more reasonable objective. The thing is though, we haven't got 11th by chance. We've got a very good team now. One that, dare I say, with a couple of really solid transfers next year, could not only crack the top 8 but potentially get top 6 football. As for the stats, Meche has been fantastic. 25 goal contributions in 42 games. That is quite honestly outstanding. Ramazani got himself 18 and 3, Nonto 8 and 6, pretty disappointing. 5 and 9 for Aronson. Gotta say, the future at Leeds United is looking pretty damn decent. But now it's a case of where to improve this team next year, and the thing is about next season, we've not got in real life transfers to go off. Regardless though, I think Bogle should be replaced with someone better. Maybe sign a stronger and younger left back than Christensen. Honestly, from there though, I'm not really too sure, because everybody else has really pulled their weight and shown signs of progression. This is a headache, but it's the best kind of headache to have when you're in this position. That headache though didn't last all that long, as a little bit of scouting in the Championship found us a brand new left back. as Leicester City's Filippo Terracciano joins us for 18 million. He's early 20s, 77 rated, 6'1", really quick with some well-rounded stats. And to make sure he gets his fair chance in the starting team, undisturbed Christensen is going out on loan. As for the right back, we once again travelled to Belgium to steal Club Brugge's Jean-Michel Aramburu for 25 million. And this guy looks fantastic, 23, 5'9", 79 rated, really well-rounded stats already. He just needs a little spring in his step and he'll be fantastic. And the team right now is slowly but surely starting to come together. However, this season's going to be a 50-50 situation. Obviously last season these guys finished 11th, which was fantastic. And as much as I'd love that to happen again, there's a slim chance it could have been a one-off campaign. Regardless though, we aren't getting an easy start in the Premier League this season. If anything, it's the exact opposite as we face Manchester City. And as you'd expect early on, they were battering us, forcing our keeper into a great save. 6 minutes later, we had a little control of the game and Tanaka had this fantastic chance from distance. And in the 28th minute, we actually got ahead, but it was real bloody offside. Because of course it was, why wouldn't it be? Our keeper though was on fire in this game as he's once again denied Ireland here. We were now into the second half and we had a phenomenal start to it as we somehow took the lead against last year's Premier League champions. Yeah, that's insane. City obviously didn't like this and once again applied the pressure as in the 58th minute they forced another save from our keeper. Straight from that attack we went onto the break and we very nearly went 2-0 up. And straight up the other end, the big man up top almost put Man City on even terms as well. Incredibly though, we were the team to strike next as with 19 minutes to go, we did indeed double our advantage. How on earth are we doing this to Man City? And what made it even better, with 9 minutes to go, Ramazani got the third of the game to give us all 3 points. I'm not being funny, we couldn't have had that go any better if we tried. If we had beaten teams like City, maybe top 6 is a little underachieving, maybe we should be going even higher. And this is good too, we missed out on top 6 by 3 bloody points. The thing is though, I'd be a dafty if that's the only thing I took from this season. Not only did we finish 7th, we're now only 11 points outside the top 4, 20 away from the title, and we had a much better goal difference. So all in all, what we're doing with Leeds United is working. And I personally think the team speaks for itself, guys. I mean, the difference in only 2 years is staggering. And on top of that, guys, as you can see, our stats have vastly improved from last year. 30 goal contributions from Mecha this time, 22 for Aronson, 16 for Tanaka, 12 for Nonto. Baby steps, guys, baby steps. However, unfortunately, if we are to take this Leeds United team to that next level, the time is now to make some brutal decisions. And when I mean brutal, as Tanaka and Ampadu's time in the starting 11, I think, is up. And I know that these guys are fan favourites from Leeds United fans, but if we are to take them to the next level, things have got to change, and these two need to be replaced. The thing is though, with us finishing inside the top 8, our budget should be a little higher than this year's, meaning the quality of the players we'll be able to bring in will be much higher. Unfortunately, I couldn't have been any further from the truth. The board have shafted us with only 54 million. I mean, I know that is a lot of money to spend, but considering we finished 7th last year, it's a little bit short, isn't it? I mean, after all, we're trying to replace Tanaka and Ampadu with much better players. And I wanted to do that ideally with them still being in the team, but it looks like we're going to have to take the route which I didn't really want to go down. Unfortunately though, that's exactly what we've had to do in selling both of these players to take Leeds United to brand new heights. And that's given us 95 million to spend. So not only can we bring in really high quality players now, they will actually want to come to us because we're finishing higher in the Premier League. And that made me cast my mind back to season 1 when we were making transfers, so I went ahead and finally signed Douglas Luiz for 30.5 million. He's a fantastic player, already Premier League experienced, 29 years old, and I feel like we timed this transfer perfectly. Last year we finished 7th in the Premier League with him in our team. Maybe we genuinely pushed for the title. We however still needed a brand new centre back, which is where Bafode Diakite comes in for only 24 million. And he's literally the perfect defender, mid-20s, 83 rated, 6 foot, fantastic stats, and there's still so much room for improvement with him. This does however leave us 31 million, which means there's room for one more signing and one more signing alone. And if we are serious about winning the Premier League, we need winners in our team, which is where Kim Min-jae comes in for 25 million. And he, as you can see, will go very nicely alongside his partner Diakite. And now that the window's done, our team looks like this and it is better than ever. And we already know how how well they play. They beat Man City last year. It's time to see, though, if they can take it one step further and go on to challenge for the title this time. And judging by how many goals and assists we've got this season, I reckon there's a slim chance we might have just done that. I mean, on paper, the team has grown and then some. Look at the state of it. If we haven't finished at least third, I'll be genuinely surprised. But bloody hell, I was miles off. We're 5th in the Premier League, 13 points behind Man City. Okay, I've gone from surprised to disappointed. The thing is, there's not even any weakness in this team anymore, so we can't exactly pinpoint where we've gone wrong. And on top of that, we scored the second highest amount in the entire Prem and had the 4th best goal difference. So clearly we're doing something right, it's just that finishing touch we're missing. I don't know, man, we've got things to work out next year one way or the other. Because if we do want to win the Premier League title with Leeds United, something has to give. So here we are, guys, we've just arrived into the new season and I've finally figured out what's wrong with this team. And it's ironically nothing to do with the starting 11 I've just showed you. It's actually the bench, because there's not enough quality here. For God's sake, we don't even have a second choice keeper. And the ironic thing is we've got 150 million to spend and I reckon we don't even need to spend like 50 million of this. As I went into the free agents list to see who I could find, and guess who I did find actually? Tanaka, our former player, as he rejoins us on a free. And Julian Ryerson, a right back who's 80 rated, also joins us for nothing too. Now though, it's time to spend a bit of money. And so we started by giving Southampton 18 million for their keeper Gavin Bazunu, who's not only a pretty solid player, he's 26 years old, 6'2", and more importantly, already got Premier League experience. And a further 21 million was spent on Everton attacking midfielder Carlos Alcaraz. And yes, the bench now looks pretty damn decent if you ask me. And like I said, we didn't even have to spend half of our budget. Now though, it's time to see the boys in action, as the first game of the campaign this time is against Manchester United. And honestly, anything less than a W here is actually a massive out. It, however, was the worst possible start, as 5 minutes in, Lautaro Martinez put them 1-0 up. Yeah, Martinez at United, really realistic. Just 7 minutes later though, Imecha showed us just how much he's improved as he stormed past United's defence to put us back on level terms. United though were a surprisingly strong team at this point, and they forced a great save from our keeper here. Up the other end, Imecha almost put us 2-1 ahead, if not for some great defending from their defence. Unfortunately for us though, Martinez is just phenomenal, man, and we could do nothing about him scoring here. Bloody hell, never mind Gyökeres, as United need to get him. And it simply got worse in the second half as Garnacho made it 3-1 to United. With only 18 minutes to go though, we did get one back courtesy of Ramazani. In the end though, it meant nothing as United beat us 3-2 to take all 3 points. And that is such a big loss for us, man. The good thing is though, at least this is a marathon, not a sprint for the Premier League title. And this is what I'm talking about, guys. Look at the stats at the end of this season. And Mecha at 30 years old is 87 rated with 43 goals and 12 assists. Arrington's now 86 rated with 22 goals and 14 assists. Nonto's 84 rated 12 and 5. 12 and 5 as well for Largi Ramazani. These are by a mile our best stats yet. And honestly, the team on paper looks genuinely incredible. Maybe, just maybe, we pulled it off this season. And we've done it, guys. 10 points clear, top of the table. Leeds United are the best team in England. It wasn't even close in the end. We left Liverpool, Chelsea, City, Spurs for dead. And in doing so, we've officially made this Leeds United Premier League champions. And that means my job with them is done in only 4 short years as well. Leeds United are crap. But that is the end of this video. If you have enjoyed it and would like to see more content like this in the near future, drop it a big old thumbs up and smash that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed me doing this with Leeds United, I reckon you should click here and watch this, because this is a pretty decent video too.